Well, my friends, that's it. The school year 2019 and 2020 has come to an end in a very unusual way. Yesterday, when it was the last official day with kids, it felt so sad. School was just empty. It was wonderful to see all the parents that came here pick up their kids' supplies and say goodbye to teachers. And hearing from them, I understand that there's still a lot of anxiety out there, and it's understandable. All this talk of stage two or the second wave. Let's hope it's a small wave. Don't want this to continue on. Speaking of which, in the end of July or beginning of August, my understanding is that our Minister of Education, with Dr. Bonnie Henry and so forth, will be making announcements regarding what the return in September may look like, depending, of course, on where we sit with COVID and the rest of the current situation. Fingers crossed. I have a sense it might be good or optimistic, but you never know. So I'm hoping it's going to be back to something even closer to normal. However, we'll just have to wait and see. If there's any news before that, or if I hear of anything from our superintendent or anything like that, you can expect another update from me. But unless there is, you won't hear from me because I need to go away and rest a little bit, as I'm sure some of you do as well. I have been asked to make sure that I mention some folks that we would normally mention at our assembly and thank in our assembly. First of all, I want to thank our parents. I can only imagine how difficult this has been on you guys. But I do know in talking to the teachers and the parents I saw here earlier today and yesterday and the day before and the last few days that you're doing a lot for your kids right now and you're continuing to support their learning and their schooling, which is absolutely awesome. So thank you for that. I know it hasn't been easy. And thank you for coming by and sharing your kind words with us and your words of support. Because from a teacher's perspective, this has been difficult too. I also want to say thank our PAC. They've been outstanding since I've arrived here at EME, and we've been through some changes. Our current PAC continues the tradition and history of being very supportive of our school and our staff here, and I want to say thank you for that. I want to appeal to all parents to get involved with our PAC as much as possible. It always seems to be the same few ladies, dedicated ladies and gentlemen or families that are involved. And really, the things they do benefit us all. So if you have an opportunity, I would highly recommend and suggest that you get involved with PAC for next year or the next year after that. I also want to say thank you to our office helpers. Mrs. Hammer says you guys make her life so much easier in the mornings and throughout the day when you're down helping in the office. So thank you all. Normally, as I said, we would be thanking you at assemblies, but we know there's no assemblies. Also, for me, it's the setup crew. Special mention to Colton and Josh, who did an outstanding job running the audiovisual. I'm sure hoping I can find replacements for next year because you weren't able to train them. So what are we going to do? Hopefully it'll be good. I know Mrs. Kong was also very grateful to her library monitors who helped out, kept the library running as smoothly as possible. Our library has really turned into a great place, and it's so welcoming and awesome. It's neat to see so many kids involved and wanting to be in there. So kudos to the library monitors for being part of that. Also, of course, the classroom monitors at lunchtime. Wow, how helpful are you guys? Incredibly helpful with our younger students. And we are so grateful because if a teacher or one of the staff members had to sit back and cut up the food, open containers, ensure kids are sitting and not fooling around and making sure that they're eating. If we had to do that, teachers would never get a lunch break. And a lot of kids would go hungry because they wouldn't get it done. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being part of our community and supporting our school and our other kids. Otherwise, that's about it. There's not much more to talk about. There's, of course, my ongoing message of read, read, read. And I know it sounds a little bit silly and perhaps a little bit redundant, but really, read, read, read. It's the key to everything. Literacy, numeracy, and social responsibility, with the main focus on literacy, because without being able to read and understand our language, It limits your opportunities incredibly. So read, read, read. And moms and dads, get involved. Read, read, read too. That way, you'll also help minimize any of the difficulties or gaps that may result as a result of this pandemic and the fact that you'll have been off official school for 7 months. What else do I want to make sure I mentioned? Well, I guess first or most importantly is that you take care of yourselves. I've also heard from a lot of parents about their kids are suffering. Their kids are having some difficulty with the enclosed nature of what we're doing, the reduction in activity, the reduction in organized sports, the reduction in recreational opportunities. For so many of our students, these are as important as learning or academic learning. So please keep an eye on each other. Keep an eye on your kids and support them. Their mental health is extremely vulnerable and extremely valuable. So please keep an eye on them. Well, I'd like to say I have more to say, but I really don't. If you haven't already, please return your devices that were loaned out at the year. I'm here until the end of July 2nd. So next Thursday. I'll be here on July 1st as well, because I'm working through the holiday, so I can leave on the 2nd. So please, if you haven't already, please, please, please return your loaned out device. If they're needed again next year, we'll make sure to get them back out to you. But we need them back. The district wants to be able to maintain them and update them and all those sorts of things that our lovely and fantastic tech department does. Yeah, that's about it for me. It's been a crazy year. It's actually quite a sad year the way we've ended. I'm hopeful that we're going to be in a better place come September, but we need to be prepared to not be. So I'll be in touch. Take care of yourselves. Go out and play and have some fun. And of course, you'll never know how much I love you. Moo, 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 moo. Have a great summer, everyone.